I'm so glad that you are back watching another video. This is my Everything with O challenge that I've been doing for the last couple days. This is day number 5. I'm so super excited that I just continue having the courage to continue making these videos. And it's day number 5, and I definitely feel like I'm growing through this challenge. So I can't wait to see how I feel on day 30. So today I'm going to be talking about my hair. Oh, so crazy, right? So I decided to make this video because we all toss around, I don't know, on YouTube, hair journey, and probably about 8 years ago now, or maybe, I'm not sure, this whole natural hair journey came about, and it became popular to, be natural and, or have locks, or, well, locks was a little bit before that, but they became accepted maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago. I'm not sure the correct number, but I know it's been here recently. So I'll just go back a little bit. I can remember as a kid me getting my first relaxer when I was in elementary school, which seems so weird now. Like, really? I would not advise anyone to do that, but that's what we did back then. That's what we did back in that time. So it's whatever. So had a relaxer through elementary, middle, high school, and my hair would grow. It would probably grow with a relaxer. I would say it would probably grow to like neck length, maybe a little bit longer than that, but generally just right at my neck. Would never really grow past that with my relaxer. I had relaxer on through high school and everything, and when I moved and then I lived in Tallahassee, had a relaxer all through that from like 2000 to 2009. After I left Tallahassee in 2009, when I moved to Charlotte, probably about 2 years in, or 2009, I'm trying to think when I did my big chop. I can't remember. I have to think. I should have known this before I started this video. Well, and I used to know. I think 2002, Salita, you're my God. I think she got married in 2012, I want to say. And I went natural right after that. So I think I started in about 2013. And I kind of transitioned. I had some twisting, and then I had those in for like 3 or 4 months. I got them redone. And then when I took those out, not knowing any really thing about natural hair, because I had never seen my hair in its natural state in my whole entire life, I didn't know what to expect, what it was going to be like. And it was rough. It was so rough because when I took the twist out, I had like my relaxed hair on the ends, and the top, the new growth was just, it's something about when you have natural hair and when you have relaxed hair all on the same head. It's just not a good combination at all. Like, it wasn't a good combination at all. So me not knowing any better, when I took out my braids, I just immediately went to like shampoo my hair like I did when I relaxed it. Well, that was a big mistake because my hair like locked up. I had all of these knots, and I'm like, my plan was that I was gonna keep the relax on the hair and then just kind of grow it out, because I had a fear of like cutting off my hair for whatever reason. I'm a healthy big girl, so I'm like, I'm not gonna look good with short hair. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work out. So I was just, my whole thing was that I was going to let it grow out, and I was just gonna cut the relaxer off little by little. That was the plan. Did it work out? Did it work out? No, it did not work out. So I sat there. I had all of these knots everywhere because the relaxed hair, you know, shampoo, it doesn't have a lot of slip. So what I've, you know, hindsight, I should have did like conditioner first, combed it out, you know, undetangled it, and then did the shampoo to cleanse it. But I was a natural hair newbie, so I had no idea. So I ended up just having my sister. I called my sister in there, and I was like, you know, just cut it. And she was like, really? Cut? Are you gonna cut your hair? And I was like, yeah, just cut it. Like, I'm not about to get these knots out. It's not working. I don't know what to do. I was gonna have to cut this relaxer off anyways, so just cut it. And then she just cut it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she didn't really do a good job of cutting it, because she was just like, you know, we grew up like, we're just so attached to the hair, you know, so attached to the hair. She even was like, oh, I didn't want to cut it. I'm like, girl, just cut it. So then after she cut some of it off, and I went to my friend's house, Courage, and she cut it down even more, because after she cut it was still like some straight ends on it, and then she cut it down even more. And when she cut it down, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I have no hair. It was like the first time ever in my life that I had no hair, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So from that point on, I wore braids, I did wigs, I did crochets, I did all of it, because I didn't feel confident enough to rock that short hair in its natural state. I was not used to it. I didn't know what to do. So when I first did the big chop, that was around October. And so I wore, like I said, the wigs, crochets, all these little things up until all through that winter. And when the spring started coming around and it started getting hot, I was just like, oh girl, this ain't gonna work. This wig ain't gonna work. At that point, I don't know, maybe I couldn't get my hair braided because it was just that short. So I was just wearing wigs because I couldn't even braid my hair after I cut it, yeah. So I was just like, no, this is not gonna work. So it grew out a little bit, and I was able to get a sew-in, and it started growing. So to get my hair to grow, because I was like, this stuff gotta grow fast. Like, it has to grow out fast. So I was doing like black Jamaican castor oil. I was like massaging that in my scalp. I was like co-washing. I was mixing up oils and butters for my hair. And I mean, it really worked. I was doing vitamin E oil. I was doing biotin. I was doing everything, because I was like, this hair has to grow back, because I can't be out in these streets with this little TWA, this teeny weeny afro. I just can't do it. So it started to grow out, and then as soon as it grew out long enough to braid, I got a sew-in, and I was straight in the front of my hair. And this is when I first experienced heat damage. First time in my life. I probably had heat damage when I had a relaxer. I didn't know because it was straight already. So, but I remember me getting a sew-in, and I was like thinking I was still relaxed or something. So I'm over here flat ironing the mess out of the front part. End up getting heat damage. The curls, now my nice curl pattern was in, and that was ruined. So then I kept on getting braids, crochets, until finally I was just like, you know what? I cut down on that heat damage part. I had to cut that down a little bit more, or cut that off. And then finally, when it started getting hot, I was just like, I can't take this. Wigs and weaves. I'm just gonna rock this little teeny afro and just let it be the thing. Let it be the reason. So I started rocking my short hair, and it was difficult at first. It really was difficult because I just wasn't used to it. It took a while for me to really feel confident. I never had really like a low self-esteem when it comes to like looks or anything like that. So I was definitely not, I was definitely a little a little like, oh no, I can't go out like this. But then I did it, and then I kept doing it, and then, you know, it was growing out by this time. And so I'll try to insert some pictures over here of how it looked. Hopefully I can do that in a reasonable time before I post this, but hopefully I can add some pictures to this video so you guys can kind of see me throughout the journey, because I did take pictures throughout the whole journey. I had this whole album on Facebook, so if you're my Facebook friend, you can look at my hair journey in my albums, and it kind of chronological order of like my hair from like when it was relaxed on to now. I think the last picture in there is the locks that I have right now, or I took it a while ago. So if you want to look at a more detailed photo album, you can check my Facebook page. So after that, I had a goal in mind. So after my hair started growing, I had a goal. Now my friend, Courage Melina, she has Sister Locs. She's had Sister Locs for a while. She actually, through my hair journey, she had her Sister Locs, saw my hair looking big and beautiful and, you know, all that good stuff. She decided to comb her Sister Locs out, and she's always like, why didn't you stop me? I was like, well, you said you wanted to have natural hair, so I thought you wanted it. But turns out she didn't really want it. She didn't really want it. She was a fraud. She was a fake. She didn't really want natural hair. She didn't want to even get her hair done. So that's neither here nor there. But anyways, she took her hair out. She got them back. So this whole time she had Sister Locs. And I was like, yeah, they're nice. But I was always the person like, oh, I need to be able to do so many things with my hair. Like, I did a lot of things with my hair, from weaves to braids to this to that. So I always felt like if I got Sister Locs, then I would be limited to like just this hairstyle. And so I never wanted to do it. She was like, oh, you should do it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. It just seems so permanent. And like, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. But I had a goal in mind. I said, growing out my hair, I wanted to get to bra straps. So she would say, oh, and then I started realizing that, oh, I actually might try to get Sister Locs. I might actually do it, but I had a goal in mind. Like, I wanted to get my hair to bra strap, and then I would do it. And then she would say all the time, your hair is getting too long. I'm not going to do it if it gets too long, because with Sister Locs interlocking, it takes like a long time. It's a whole process. Look it up on YouTube or something like that. It's a pretty long process, especially the longer your hair is, the longer the process. So it's best, most people get them done when they have a shorter hair, but I just did not want that look. I just didn't like that look of like short locks. So I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. So I reached my goal within 2 years, I believe. My hair was at bra strap. It sat like right on my bra. And I finally was like, okay, I'm going to get Sister Locs. And boy, that changed my life. Because the part that I skipped over is once my hair got to bra strap, once it got to around that length. And bra strap, what I mean by that is whenever I blow dry my hair out, it touched my bra strap. Now, when it was curly in its natural state, it probably was like, was like this length. When it just like in its natural state, it probably would sit like right here. But when I blowed it out, it would, you know, sit on the top of my bra strap, which this is all, my locks are almost back down there. They're just, actually, I think they are down there. Yeah, they sit right, my bra strap's like right here. They sit right there now. So they're almost back. So, because what happens is once you get the locks, they kind of draw the hair up again, and then it has to grow back out to like where it originally started at. So, but what I was saying before I start doing a length check, is that it was taking me so long to do my hair, like detangle, to curl it, everything. Like, I had so much hair. I have like really my curl pattern. Let me see if I can show you guys. I could probably show you a little bit. My curl pattern is like kind of coily, small little curls, little ringlets, but they detangle. Like, even if my hair is not all the way locked now, but even if you look at the bottom of my hair, it has all of those little ringlets, and they get single strand knots. And if you're not into hair or natural hair, you probably don't know, have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyways, my hair would just tangle. Like, I would tell her before I got these locks, like, my hair is made for locks because my hair is very friendly. It likes to stay together. Like, some days I would comb my hair out and I would have a lock in there just because my hair is very friendly. Even with my locks, my roots, when it's time for me to get retightened, I have to pull apart my roots because they like to be close, so close. So that's the problem that I had when I had natural hair. So once it got so long, it was taking me like 3 and 4 hours to deep condition, to detangle, to style it. And I was just over it. It looked beautiful. It looked so good. I loved my hair. I'm gonna put this picture in. This is like one of my favorite hairstyles when I had my hair out. I'm gonna put this picture right over here. But when I tell you it looks so good, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, especially towards the end. I mean, hindsight, I'm like, well, maybe I should have and I could never find like a natural hairstylist. Probably didn't really look hard enough, but I never could find one that, didn't treat my hair like it was straight, because a lot of times when you go to the salon, if they're not used to natural hair, they're just going to be like combing and brushing your hair like it's straight or relaxed, and that don't really work. If you want to retain your length, you need to, take care of your hair. You need to treat it like hair, not like weave, basically. So, yeah, so it was just taking so long to keep it up. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to get locks. And so we started in December, and it took about 40 hours to get all of these locks in here. And 40 hours, not obviously in one sitting, 40 hours spread out over about 4 weeks. So it took us about a month or so to get them all done. She would just do a little bit, I would style it, or at one point I had like 2-strand twists, and then as she did it, we'll take some out and do those, and then whatever. So that was probably like the ugly stages. But yeah, once they were all done, I loved them. At first, actually, they hadn't really got thick enough, so they were a little thinner. But then once they started to thicken up, oh my gosh, I just was thinking, why didn't I do this so long ago? But it's one of those things that I just had to go through those stages, those phases, and now I can appreciate my locks even more. Now, here recently, I've had these for, I don't know why I can't remember any types of dates. Like, maybe I'll put it in the bottom of this video. I just can't remember the dates. But I think I've had these hair this December for 3 years now. And recently, a couple months ago, I almost thought I was going to get rid of them. Like, I grew my hair out so much. I probably grew my hair out for like almost a year. I didn't get it retightened because I really thought I was just like letting it grow out, and then I was going to cut off the locks. But then I was like, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to cut it off? And then I was just like, no, I like my locks. During the process, my hair is very like springy. So some of my locks, let me see if I can show y'all. Some of my locks are kind of like, on the tips, like right around here, they get a little bulky around the end, and that's because probably 6 months or 7 months into me having locks, I would get in the pool and I didn't braid them down, so then they would just kind of like draw up. And some of those, I just didn't really like it. I was just like, oh, maybe I'll just start over and get new locks, because my friend, she didn't have that. But we have different texture hair. We both have really good hair for locks, but my hair is just like so springy. It's more springy, so it draws up. It coils up, it's very like bouncy or whatever. For now, I mean, it's getting a little bit, my hair is I do have some locks in here that are locks, so they are getting a little bit heavier, but they're not heavy. They're very light, very springy, and like, especially around the base of my hair, some of them are, I mean, some of them are locked. I'll show you guys. Hopefully you can see this. Hopefully you can see. But yeah, like this one right here, this is pretty much locked. But I do have some in here that if I took like a fine tooth comb, I could just comb them right out because they're not quite locked yet. But they are, I mean, they are almost locked. I've had them for 3 years, so a lot of them are locked now. But yeah, so I decided to keep them. I got them retightened. They're growing. Like I said, they're right down here. They sit like right on my bra strap. And yeah, I like them. And then to talk about like the versatility, I thought like, oh, I was gonna, you know, be sad about not doing this and doing that and not getting weaves and wearing wigs and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I have so much hair, I can do whatever I want to. I can curl it, I can crinkle it, I can put it up, I can style it. I don't always do all those things because I'm just happy the way it looks. Every now and again, I'll see some hair and I'm like, oh, that hair looks beautiful. I wish I can get that. And some people who have thinner hair, they can like braid down their locks and like put a wig on, or some people even braid it down and do a sew-in or something like that. I got too much hair. I just think that'll just be too much if I try to do any of that. So I don't. But, you know, if you have thinner hair, you probably can. But I like my hair. I like it. So I don't feel like covering it up. I like my locks. I think they're very versatile. I like, they're growing out now, so the length is really good. Oh, and one of the things that I was gonna say about having a relaxer versus natural hair is that, you remember when I told you guys, when I had a relaxer, I could only get to like, my hair would only always just sit on my shoulders or like right past my neck in the back or whatever. It never grew, but as soon as I stopped putting the relaxer on my hair, it was like growing like wildfire. When I tell you wildfire, it grew like wildfire. Another thing that made me go natural too is that my grandmother and my aunt both, my grandmother, she has had hair loss. She's passed on now, but she had hair loss ever since I was small, like young kid. She had balding. My aunt also had it, so I was just like, well, if this is hereditary in my family, in my line, I want to try to prevent that as long as possible. And I thought that not having the chemicals on, you know, on my scalp, killing cells or whatever the relaxer could have been doing, I had a better chance of not experiencing the balding. So, I'm 36 years old. Thankfully, I don't have any bald spots now, and so that's great. And I think, you know, I try to keep my hair nice and healthy, and so hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I hope not. So yeah, but that's also one of the reasons why I decided to go natural as well. So this video is getting a little long. I could go on and on about my hair because I love hair, I love beauty. And yeah, but that's all. This is, you know, why I have locks, how it happened. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about locks or natural hair, you can just leave a comment, inbox me, DM me, all those good things. So have a good day. Jesus loves you. I love you. Bye.